is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4.
And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll run up the middle with McAllister. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
This defense for the Broncos, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. This is complete. Finds his man Hearns. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down.
The Chiefs hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by Ronald Darby.
And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 41.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Now left side on the swing pass. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. They'll keep it on the ground. Cash
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the Chiefs are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Mahomes now to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Cash. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson.
He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam.
20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. second touchdown on the season.
And the Broncos post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Up the middle they go with McAllister. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
You remember in preseason we were going.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
Hearns the man in motion right.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Hearns the man in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He'll fire this one deep for Hearns.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big play there for KC. 43 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback because everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
On the give, McAllister with it. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 25-yard line. coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Mahomes now on first down. He finds Hearns left side. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep, and he is going to lose yardage here.
Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Now Wilson on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Up the middle they go. Cash. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Here's Wilson to throw. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll run on first down. Cash. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. Boswell's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Now Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
On second down now, Cash fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And the Chiefs showing a dime look as they defend this third down. Wilson. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. Hardman on the return.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. From the 39, Mahomes. He'll drop it off to McAllister as running back.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Randy Gregory buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw, it's Mahomes.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 41.
They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Down to about the 37.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On 2nd down, Cash, and down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Now it's Wilson.
He'll get that complete to Alberto. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
On 1st down. Cash, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? To throw is Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now a handoff up the middle. Cash, and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 17-3. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Ojemudia. And the Broncos are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos.
Right at the 50-yard line. After the interception, here's Wilson.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. He's got room at the...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. They'll run on first down. Cash, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
The Broncos on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Up the middle they go. Cash. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards, and now a decision here on 4th and 1. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole.
He's going to go up top again. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
On 2nd down now, Cash. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
65 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw it with Wilson.
That one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that one fell incomplete after being tipped in the air. But I have to tell you, I had a bad flashback of going to head to the stadium stairs in practice. Because what we were always taught, any ball like that, if it's not spiked towards the ground and you actually tip it up, then that's an error on your part. Because now you've given hope to the offense, maybe help create a big play for them instead of going up and either intercepting it or knocking it down. I ran many a stadium step for my errors.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. And move movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Now Wilson. Flush to his right. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Open man is Ross, complete. Touchdown! John Ross, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Randy Gregory, his 2nd sack of the night.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. He'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
On 1st down, Mahomes. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Broncos are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Wilson wants to throw it.
Open man downfield is Judy. He's got it.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there.
One final try from Mahomes. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Denver, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
I'm really out for blood this time, look. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend and tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. Heard they was sleeping again, say it no more. This is a rude awakening, kicking the door. Back and I'm better than ever before. Don't get it mistaken, I'm ready for war. I see the ice and I'm up in the score. I catch a and jump in the course. Follow the core and the back to the morgue. Take the sheet off and I some more. When I am done at the scene, I won't leave anything. You won't even know who was involved. Don't let me do it cause I overdo it and do it till I cannot do it no more. All of the doubters, I'm proving them wrong. Back with the classic, I know it's been long. Heard it was missing me while I was gone. I smell the victory, back up on top and it's where I belong. Like it ain't to me, we making history. Fall through the misery, weather the storm. Can't let them get to me, no weapon form should prosper. R&B all over my roster, they got options. I keep it right on the dresser, next to the Oscar. Applying pressure, somebody stop us. Woo! Applying pressure, somebody stop us. Running my constant, go need a doctor, go need a doctor, go need a what? I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend and tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend and tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. So now they on my body. Made it to the top. Ain't no way that they can stop me now. They gon' say I joined the Illuminati. I got demons all around me. Tell me what they know about me, huh? I just came back for the win.
It's alright, man. Cool. I been going there like deposit. You don't really brag about it when you know you got it. Real hard to read a nigga hooked on phonics. Say a lot of things and never catch like Sonic. Zone, I'm gone. When I'm in my zone, I get it going Donkey Kong. They got the $100, will you give a dog a bone? I'm like, oh no, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone. They ain't got no job, need some.
I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. Ay, I'll pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose in a race. I make fire cool and come back from the triangle in Bermuda. I can suit up, live in the moon, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna, and that's without a scuba. So in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. I can make time traveling a surprise. Make graveyards feel alive. Break the immortal down to his demise. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. Tonight I hunt with the pride. You can't take my pride away. I can sing with the birds in the trees in the morning, or roll like the storms way over the ocean. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. Even on the days when I'm late as ever, my timing is right. Even in the darkest moments, stay close, I'm that shining the light. I can make an earthquake nervous, I can make the sun wear a visor. I can make a wise owl see me as a daily advisor. I'm that cool shade, peaceful night, and still my breath is a storm, I bet. I can make the thunder clap when I perform. It's just that in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. Ay, I can make time traveling a surprise. Make graveyards feel alive. Break the immortal down to his demise. I make the moon blue, I'm making pigs fly. Now I move mountains. I would have beaten the heart of a crash test dummy. I'm more so astounded. Yeah. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I do the impossible, impossible.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gon' give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shout out Tech 9. Go and shut the up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a Renaissance starter. My mind divine,